second session of time, speed and distance. And here we will be discussing relative motion. Relative motion. So, see. For example, I am sitting inside a train. Alright? Which is moving at a speed of 70 kilometer per hour. Then what will be my speed for, let's assume, okay, Gia. Let's assume Gia is standing over here, and for Gia, what will be my speed? Which is looking at the train. Is the voice clear? Just a minute. I think it's fine now. So I am moving at a speed of the 70 km per hour. For Gia, I am moving at 70, right? Right? That is what she is, she can say. But the moment she also sits inside a train, but is traveling at a speed of 60 km per hour, then my speed for her will be what? So in this case, what will be my speed for Gia? It will be 10, exactly. 10. Why? Because every hour I am moving 70, but she's moving 60 in the same direction. That means I have moved only 10 km away from her every hour. So my speed will be 10 km per hour. This will be called as relative speed. So relative speed, my speed in relation to Gia's speed is 10 km per hour. Okay? Yeah. I'm repeating, I am moving 70 and Gia is moving with 60 km per hour, so my speed is 10 for her. But if she is moving in the opposite direction, then what's going to happen? Then what is going to happen? If she is moving in opposite direction, the speed will be 130. 130, exactly, 70 plus 60. Because I am moving 70 forward and she's moving 60 backwards. So every hour we'll be 130 kilometers apart. Great. So this is a cool illustration. Just look at it and I think you can understand it. Right? There's a train and there's a jeep. See, so jeep is moving at a slower speed. This is the relative speed of the train with respect to the jeep. Okay, so from all of this, we have come to a conclusion that if there are two objects that are moving independent to each other on a third object, then what is going to happen? There will be two different cases. If direction is same, the speeds will add up. Let the speeds be a plus b, a and b, and sorry. But it is same, it will be a minus b. I'm assuming that a is greater than b. I'll just put a modulus over it. Modulus will क्या हुआ? b बड़ा हो, a बड़ा हो, it will be difference only. And when the directions are opposite, in that case, the speeds will just add up. So this is important. Two objects moving independent to each other on a third object. For example, two trains independent of each other, and then moving on what? Moving on ground or the earth. Right? Is that clear? Is that clear? Yashaswani? Third object. Yes. The question is right. Third object is the earth, ground. Okay. The sign depicts Munchie modulus because we don't know whether A or B is, which one is greater. Modulus मतलब क्या होता है कि वो सीधा positive sign बाहर निकाल लेगा. If A is greater or B is greater, doesn't really matter. It does that we need to find a difference if the direction is same. Okay, what is not clear? Vinith, which part? I'll give an example as well, no? Vinith, as simple as that. Two trains are moving in the same direction. The relative speed will be difference of them, difference of the speeds, and they're moving in opposite directions. The relative speed will be sum of them. Okay, Nishit, relative speed. Let's do a few questions and it'll be clear. So, here comes the first question. Aditya, we always talk about the object which is moving faster. Okay, Aditya? Ankita, of course, two runners, two athletes running on a running track. Okay, or two cars on the racing track. Got it? The examples? Slide is cool, right? Terminator. The distance between two cities A and B is 300 kilometers. James starts from A towards B at 7 a.m. at a speed of 60 km per hour. Arnold starts from B towards A at 8 a.m. at a speed of 40 km per hour. At what time will they cross each other? Aratrika already has the answer, so has Piyush. Dipanshu, I didn't click any pics on my birthday. Bhuvneshwari, wait. I'm just waiting for a minute, then I will solve it. Who is James here? Anyone? Any guesses? Arnold Schwarzenegger, who played Terminator. James? James Cameron, exactly. Okay, so let me try to solve it. The two cities A and B. The distance is 300 kilometers. Okay, so James starts at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. and his speed is 60 kilometers per hour. Towards B, and Arnold starts at 8 a.m. and his speed will be how much? Is 40 kilometers per hour. So this is happening. Now, the problem is that both of them are starting at different times. And that can be one of the issues in which people might be getting their answers wrong. Right? अगर दोनों साथ में travel कर रहे होते at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. simultaneously, then it would be easy, isn't it? But they are traveling here at different times. So first of all, our main function, our main duty is to have the same time. How to do that? We can just put a mark. Let's say James is here at 8 a.m. Okay? James is traveling. Arnold is not traveling at all. So I am just looking at where James is at 8 a.m. Where will he be at 8 a.m.? Anyone? Where would James be at 8 a.m.? James' speed is how much? 60. So 7 to 8, 1 hour has passed. That means he must have traveled 60 kilometers. Now the remaining distance is how much? 300 minus 60, that is 240 kilometers. Is that right? Is that clear? So exactly short at 8 a.m., these two guys, James and Arnold, they are 240 kilometers away. 240 kilometers away. Okay. Now, it's the case which I was telling you in the first slide. They are moving towards each other. That means direction is same or different. What's the direction here? They're moving same direction or the opposite direction? कुछ लोग opposite बोलेंगे, कुछ लोग same बोलेंगे. Okay, there's a philosophical thing about this. अगर दो लोग एक दूसरे से दूर जाना है ना, if two people want to walk away from each other, they'll be moving in different directions, right? At the very same time, when two people are walking towards each other, then also they are moving in the opposite directions. Such a beautiful philosophy and irony at the same time, isn't it? Moving away is opposite, coming close is also opposite, right? Direction is opposite, that means relative speed will be sum of these two, that is 60 plus 40. This will be our relative speed. And distance is 240, so I'll just divide distance by speed to get my time. That is, if you solve it, 240 or 100, that is 2.4 hours. Notice 2.4 hours. 2.4 hours. 2 hours and 0.4. So let's convert it into minutes. Right. All right. So we have 2 hours and 24 minutes. After 8 a.m. After 8 a.m. Isn't it? It's after 8 a.m. So 8 बजे के बाद 2 घंटे और 24 मिनट. It will be 10:24 a.m. Clear, everyone? Is that clear? All of you? Great. The main thing is having the same time. Okay, coming to next one. Brad and Pitt started running from point A to point B and immediately returned to A. When Pitt has covered 3/4 of the distance from A to B, he meets Brad, who is on his return lap. What is the ratio of the speeds at which Brad and Pitt run? It's Fight Club, yes. How many Fight Club fans here? You've broken the rule. शुभम कर सकते हैं लेकिन उसमें फालतू में टाइम लगेगा, एक्स्ट्रा स्टेप्स आ जाएंगे. नहीं निखिल, ये मैं नहीं करूँगा. Doesn't suit my profession. people are coming with the answers. Those who haven't watched might not be getting the jokes. How many of you could not answer, could not approach? So what happened? Brad moved from A to this point. Let us say Brad was here. And Pitt, he moved to B and also returned. And they met at this point. So let's say Pitt was here. Right? Alright. So Brad, ulta kar dega maine. Pitt, this is Pitt. And that one is Brad. So Pitt has covered 3/4 of the distance. 3/4 of the distance, right? So this point is 3/4 of the total distance of AB. So I can assume this to be 3 units and this to be 1 unit. Is that clear? This is 3 units and this remaining is 1 unit. I can assume that. So what has happened over here? What has happened over here? That Brad has run 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1 again. So Brad has run 5 units while Pitt has run only 3 units. So 5:3. That will be ratio of distance. And ratio of distance will be equal to ratio of speeds because time is constant. ठीक है? हाँ अनुराग बेसिक TSD है. जरूरी नहीं है कि सारे क्वेश्चन उसी के होंगे. It will mix of lot of things. Clear everyone? It's simple. 5 unit कैसे? 3 plus 1 4. Brad reached point B and then he also turned back. Turned back and moved 1 unit more. 3 plus 1 4 plus 1 5. Okay, section. So let us go to the next question. Ayush, yes, it's the same thing. अब अंडरग्राउंड होने का समय आ गया है. At an unknown time, or Ramadhir broke away from a jail cell. Sardar Khan noticed Ramadhir missing from the cell at 11:30 p.m. If Ramadhir had constantly been running in one direction at 60 kilometers per hour, and Sardar Khan immediately started going after Ramadhir in the same direction at the speed of 80 kilometers per hour and caught Ramadhir at 3 a.m., at what time did Ramadhir break free? How many of you are not able to answer this? Okay. So now, let us solve it. See, when did Sardar Khan start running behind Ramadhir? At what time? At 11:30, right? Sardar Khan started running at 11:30 and he caught Ramadhir at 3 a.m. That means for how many hours has he run? 11:30 p.m. to 3 a.m. How many hours have passed? 3.5 hours, isn't it? Right? 3.5 घंटे हो चुके हैं, 3.5 hours. So let us forget each and everything. There's one thing which we can calculate. Sardar Khan has run for 3.5 hours at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour. That means he must have run 80 into 3.5. That comes out to be 280 kilometers in total. Isn't it? Is that right? Sardar Khan ran 280 kilometers. Can we say that the point at which Ramadhir was caught, that point was 280 kilometers away from the jail? Can we say that? Can we say that, yes or no? We can say that. So basically Ramadhir Singh has also run 280 kilometers but at a lower speed, and that's the reason he got caught. So his speed is 60. That means the time taken by Ramadhir to run 280 kilometers might be 280 upon 60, which comes out to be 14 by 3. Alright? 14 by 3 hours. 14 by 3 hours. Which means we can convert it to minutes by multiplying with 60. Isn't it? Multiplying with 60. It will be 280 minutes. That means Ramadhir Singh has run for 280 minutes. 280 minutes. That means 4 hours and 40 minutes. That means he has run for 4 hours and 40 minutes. ठीक है, तो 3 बजे से 4 घंटे और 40 मिनट पहले क्या होगा? 3 AM. Let's go back. 4 hours and 40 minutes. 4 hours back, 11 AM, 40 minutes back, 10:20. So basically, Ramadhir must have ran from the jail at exactly 10:20 PM. All right. Clear to everyone? Can we do it through relative speed concept? Is that possible? Try to do it once through the concept of relative speed. They're running the same direction after 11:30. So speeds will be bit difference of speed. Just try it once. I give you a minute. Proportionality नहीं करना सिमरन. चलो, let's try with the concept of relative speed. Okay, Rashika. Relative speed, should we do that? Okay. Let's talk about relative speed. In the previous question, we did relative speed only, and now I think you will be able to relate with it. See, so Ramadhir started at some time, which you don't know. Sardar Khan started at what time? 11:30 PM. And caught Sardar and Ramadhir both were here at 3 AM. Okay, cool. So for this much journey, from 11:30 PM to 3 AM, both Sardar Khan and Ramadhir Singh were running, isn't it? Is that right? Can I say that? I'll calculate this afterwards कि किससे कितना पीछे जाएंगे, but ये confirm है कि Sardar Khan and Ramadhir both were running within this duration, 11:30 to 3 AM. Can we say that? Yes or no? Tell me in the comments. They're running in the same direction for this duration. So in this duration, the relative speed will be 80 minus 60. That is 20 kilometers per hour. Yes or no? 20 kilometers per hour. Right? So I can say the Sardar Khan was running at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. At a relative speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Or we can say at 20 kilometers per hour with respect to Ramadhir. So in this 20 kilometers per hour, for 3.5 hours, he must have traveled 70 kilometers more than Ramadhir Singh. Yes or no? Sardar Khan must have traveled 70 kilometers more than Ramadhir Singh. Right? 70 kilometers more than Ramadhir Singh. So where from the 70 kilometers has come? This 70 kilometers has come from here. So this was 70 kilometers which Ramadhir had already covered. Clear? So Ramadhir was at a head start of 70 kilometers. Ramadhir was at a head start of 70 kilometers. Is that clear? Why more? Because he is traveling faster. Is that clear, everyone? Just before 11:30, Ramadhir Singh must have traveled 70 kilometers. And this 70 kilometers, he must have traveled how much time? His speed is 6. Let's divide it. 7 by 6 hours. 7 by 6 hours. What is 7 by 6 hours? just multiply it by 60 to convert to minutes. We'll get 70 minutes. So 70 minutes earlier than 11:30, Ramadhi must have started running. तो 11:30 से 70 मिनट पीछे जाओ. The answer is again 10:20 p.m. Is that clear, everyone? 11:30 से 1 घंटे पीछे गए, 10:30, 10 मिनट और पीछे गए, 10:20. Nishit, by multiplying relative speed with the time. Time is 3.5 hours, no? 11:30 to 3 a.m. So just multiplied speed with time, and you got 70. Okay? Clear to everyone? Yes, that's right. Relative speed एक टेक्निक है चीज़ों को आसानी से करने के लिए. सच में उतना नहीं भागते वो लोग. Okay? So the 70 is the excess which we are accommodating. See, relative speed. Okay, what does it essentially mean? You know, what does it mean actually? It means. So see, tell me something. I'm not solving this question right now. I'm telling you. I'm trying to make you understand something. So let's say I am running at 70 kilometers per hour, or driving, not running. It's impossible for me. And let's pick one. Anyone? Arnab. Arnab, be clear now. And let's say Arnab is running at driving or whatever at 30 kilometers per hour. So what is the exact idea of relative speed? That is what. Tathagat, it'll be clear now. Wait. So what is the exact, the meaning or significance of relative speed? See, I am traveling at 70, Arnab at 30 in the same direction. Can I say this will be equal, the relative speed will be equal if I travel at 60 and Arnab travels at 20? Right? See, this is the reality. The reality is I am traveling at 70, Arnab is traveling at 30. Everything else can be assumed. So can I assume that I am traveling at 60 and he at 20? Yeah, Rishabh. Right? Can I say I am traveling at 50 kilometers per hour and Arnab is traveling at 10 kilometers per hour? Still the relative speed is the same between us. What if I am traveling at 40 kilometers per hour and Arnab is not moving at all? He is stationary. Right? So this is how we can understand the significance of relative speed. By the way, these three situations are not real, but they will make sense mathematically. That I am moving at 40 and Arnab is not moving at all. Is that clear? Yeah, Prayas, exactly. But that is what we use to make our calculations simple, as written in case of Siddharth Khan's question. It's the same direction, same. लिखा है ना ऊपर? Same direction. मैं बोला था same direction. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Right? But as they are assumptions, we won't be able to calculate the exact distance, but we'll be able to have the relative speed constant. And this is how this is the concept which we can use in a lot of questions, starting now. Okay? A bird sitting on top of a wall spots an approaching train which is 900 kilometers away from the wall at the speed of 20 meters per second. Right, Love Krishna? The bird starts flying towards the train, reaches the train, and immediately flies back to the wall, and again back to the train. Rashika, oh yes, Rashika. I'll keep this in mind. Let's do this one, and we'll go back, okay? What is the distance traveled covered by the bird in kilometer while flying towards the train if the bird flies at a constant speed of 50 meters per second? The question is clear to you guys, right? Like this is a wall and a bird is sitting. All right, the bird is sitting over here. And the bird sees a train. So what is happening? The bird travels through the train like this and then comes back to the wall. Again it travels. By the way, while doing all this, train is also moving. Train must have moved, let's say till here. She goes here again. This keeps on happening, okay? This keeps on happening until train reaches the wall and bird stops flying. We have to tell that how much distance the bird has traveled in the direction of the train. Is the question clear? A lot of people have come up with the answers. That's so smart. नहीं हर्ष जीपी से होता तो मैं आज के सवाल में देता ही नहीं, है ना? कुछ लोग का आंसर आ गया. Let's wait for more answers. How many of you think it's a difficult question? Is it a difficult question? Yes or no? And how many of you are not able to approach? Okay, I know. Zainab, hey Zainab, where were you? Long time. Priti, not able to approach? Okay. Chalo. So now I'll do it. Well, tell me something. One thing is for sure. No, Rohan, drawing is not necessary. That is for you to understand. ये कैसा सवाल है? I am making it easy for you by drawing it. You don't have to draw it in the CAD, okay? Well, so there's one thing for sure that let's think logically. For how much time is the bird flying? For how much time is the bird flying? The bird is flying. The bird is flying for the time for which the train is, for the time which train has taken to reach the wall, isn't it? So, train is 900 kilometers away from the wall, and train is moving at a speed of 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second. It's meter per second. Okay. So if it's meter per second, we need to convert it to kilometer per hour. Right? How to do that? By multiplying it with 5 by 18. Clear? Is that clear? This is the time taken for the train to reach the wall. Yes or no? Exactly. Rishabh, it's not clear? Which part? मीटर पर सेकंड दिया गया. I'm sorry. 18 by 5. Clear now? हाँ ठीक है प्रयास. 18 by 5 होगा. Right. It's clear now, all of you. Let's solve it. 5 4s are 20 and 18 5s are 90. We got 50 over here. 50 by 4, 12.5. So the train would take 12.5 hours. 12.5 hours to reach the wall. All right. Now tell me something. Is this the time for which bird is also flying? It's flying in the in the forward direction, then coming back, then flying, then coming back, and all that stuff is happening, right? अब चिड़िया आसमान में जाए या पाताल में जाए, गोल गोल घूमते रहे, कुछ भी करते रहे. One thing is for sure that the bird has flight for 12.5 hours at a speed of 50 meters per second, right? Right. So let us multiply 12.5 with 50. This meter per second. Let's convert it to kilometers per hour. So that is distance traveled by bird. 5 into 10. This gets cancelled. 18 और 125. कितना हो जाएगा ये? 4500. है ना? Tell me if I have calculated it correctly. It will be 4500, right? टू 50 होगा. हाँ 0.2 भी करना है, वो तो मैं मन में सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ. I just divide by 2. 2250. Perfect. 2250 is the distance traveled by bird. Tell me something. Is it clear till this? Is it clear till this step? Clear to everyone? Tell me in the comments. Are we clear here? Audio is not clear? I'll just raise the mic. Clear. Okay. Now, you know what? All the answers are wrong. Because you guys missed out on one single word, that is flying towards the train. We have to find the distance which the bird traveled towards the train. Not the total distance. By the way, this question is actually difficult and very interesting. When I saw this, a lot of people were shocked. No, अच्छा ये करना था. Oh, इतना आसान था, isn't it? It looked very difficult. Tell me something. How many of you were actually doing it this way? कि पहले देखते हैं कितनी देर में चिड़िया वहाँ पहुँचेगी, वो टाइम निकाल गया, उस टाइम में ट्रेन कितना मूव की है, उसके बाद फिर से निकाला टाइम, अब आगे बढ़ेगी, इतने घंटे लगे, उस घंटे में ट्रेन इतनी आ गई. So how many of you have done it this way, or tried doing it this way, that you were trying to make it कि हर घंटे में कितना हो रहा है, something like that. A lot of people must have done it like that only. So there are two shocks here, right, Shrisha? The first shock is that it was such a simple question, isn't it? Someone also asked me, do we have to apply GP over here? A lot of people must have done it this way, and now they were shocked. इतना आसान था, but इतना आसान होने के बाद it is not the correct answer. The correct answer is something else. Chalo. So, by the way, there's one thing that we're sure of, that the total distance traveled by the bird, be it forward or the backward direction, is for sure 2250 kilometers. That is something which we are sure of. So let us assume that f is the forward distance, all right, and b is the backward distance. Clear? Total distance is 2250, and I'm assuming f to be forward and b to be backward. So can I say that f plus b is 2250? Yes or no? Can I say that? Can we say that? Tell me. We can say that. Everybody is sure about it. No problem at all. Okay, cool. Can I also say that f minus b is 900? Can I say that? See, what has bird done? Bird has just wasted her time in flying. Overall, her displacement is 900 only. जितना वो आगे गई, उस पर इतना पीछे को माइनस कर देंगे, 900 only. Because the real distance traveled is only 900. Can I say that? Is the second equation clear to all of you? Clear to everyone? If it's not clear, I'll just show you through a figure. See, I'll just draw a figure over here. This is the wall, all right? The wall, and train is there. So what is happening? Let's say the bird goes here. Where's the forward? Okay. Let this be F1, forward one. It came back here. It'll be backward one. So far, so clear? So far, so good? Tathagat, wait. It'll be clear now. Itna theek hai? F1 is the first forward distance in the first flight, and B1 is the first backward distance. Is that clear, everyone? No problem at all? Right. After that, the bird flies again. By the way, when the bird flies again, train must also have moved towards the wall. So let's say bird has moved till here. This will be F2, forward 2, and this will be B2, that is backward 2. Right? Right. By the way, when the bird was moving backwards, it must be moving less, because train has also moved here. So I'm assuming back B1 to be this distance, and B2 to be this distance. Now it is, I think the diagram is more appropriate. All right? No, Sarang, F is not equal to B. That is why I have redrawn the diagram. Cool? Right. Now I think it's clear. Then the bird moves again and then comes back. So basically what is happening? We are getting a few gaps. This is the first gap, then we had this gap, then we had this gap. And all these gaps essentially add up to this whole distance. The gap is covered by the bird, exactly. कोई बात नहीं, रुको, याद नहीं करना है, wait, Harsh. I'm giving you guys 30 seconds. Absorb the information, think on your own, and we'll move ahead with it. Let's take 30 seconds. All right. So, have you absorbed? Okay, wait. I'll redraw the diagram. Let me redraw it. Tell me something. Forget about F1 B1. Tell me something. All the forwards that the bird has traveled, all the forwards, now it'll be clear. All the forwards the bird has traveled. Okay, do you understand the difference between distance and displacement? Let's say there are 2 points. This is point number 1, this is point number 2. Okay, point A to B. And I'm moving from A to B. So let's say I'm moving like this. I went here, then I kept on moving, did this, and I reached B. So my distance is this whole line. Okay, this whole line. All right, this whole line. Is that right? The whole curve, not the line, but the whole curve. And my displacement is just this yellow line. Yes or no? Right? Right? Okay. Perfect. So, overall, the bird, if you look at the question again, it continues till the train reaches the wall. So, what is the exact displacement of bird over here? What's the exact displacement of bird over here? Displacement of bird. It's 0 actually, because bird is moving back to the wall only. So F minus B is 0. I was just giving you different kind of interpretations. And now I'll tell you, and now if I ask you, in which case will F minus B be equal to 900? It will be 0 only. The people who are saying it's 0, they are right. So F plus B was 2250, F minus B is 0, because displacement is 0. Bird has not moved a single inch in their entire flight. Perfect. But now everybody is sure. 0 ही correct होगा, बिल्कुल सही. And we have to find the forward. So let us add these two. We get 2F is equal to 2250, and then F becomes half of it, that is 1125. By the way, F is 1125. 1125. But would it always be half of the total distance? Don't skip, Arnab. Is it clear to everyone? Now I'll do something, and then we'll be discussing that in what case forward and backward flight difference would not be 0. Okay, because there are two different questions. Okay, I'll repeat. Wait. F plus B is 2250. The first step is clear? Wait. The first thing is clear? सोना कुछ नहीं, वो मैंने थोड़ा कर रहा था. अब मैंने क्वेश्चन वो पढ़ लिया था जहाँ पे कि I'll tell you why. Sorry. First of all, is this clear? F plus B is 2250. And because the bird is going to train and coming back to wall itself. So in the end, bird was at the wall. That means all the forwards and all the backwards for her were same. Were same. Okay. Now is it clear to all of you? F plus B is 2250 and F minus B, all the forwards, all the backwards, the difference is 0 because the bird started from the wall and ended at the wall. अब वहां पे आएंगे, पहले ये वाला देख लो. ये वाला क्लियर है ना? This thing is clear. देखो, a simple sentence. The bird has reached the place where it started from. Her starting was the wall, her ending is the wall. That means she has not moved at all. All the forwards, all the backwards were same. अभी clear है. F1 bin gap पे आते हैं, वहां पे आते हैं हर्ष. So if I add these two, B and B get cancelled. It's a simple equation. So 2F will be equal to 2250, which means F will be equal to 1125 kilometers. Clear? GIS, वो मैंने क्वेश्चन गलत पढ़ लिया था. अब मैं जो ने सोचा था क्वेश्चन पढ़ लिया था, वो मैं बताता हूँ. In the beginning, I read the question wrong. I'll come to that only. This is clear to all of you. Perfect. So in what case will you 900? Let's come to that case now. Okay? हाँ. I think it's clear now to everyone. Anurag, is it clear to you? Now, the same kind of question can be framed in a way in which f minus b will not be 0. Let's come to that only. See, if in the same question, there's no wall but a train, so I am reframing the question which I misread. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. Answer 1 and 2, 5 here. Now I'm giving you a different question altogether. There are two trains like this, so I'm replacing the wall with the train, and there is a bird sitting over here. There's a bird sitting over here. Okay? चलो यहाँ देखो अभी सबको clear हो गया ना? अभी clear हो जाएगा. So here the same question is there. The thing is, this train is moving with, let's say, 20 meters per second, and this also at 20 meters per second. Let's just move at 30 meters per second, and the bird is moving at 50 meters per second. The bird is doing the same thing. The bird is doing the same thing, and these trains are moving in the same direction, and the bird goes here and then comes back. It keeps on doing this, and the trains are, let's say, 1,000 meters apart. Okay. Okay. In this case, the bird moves here and comes back, then moves, then comes back. This is 30. Let us make it 40. So this train, they're moving in the same direction, and birds keep on doing this till the time this train overtakes the slower train. Okay. So I'm repeating the question. There are two trains. One is moving 30 meters per second in the forward direction, and the other train that is following it at 40 meters per second. It's following it, and on this train we had a bird. It kept on traveling to and fro till the time this train overtook this slower train. Okay. So in this case, what will be the forward distance traveled by the bird? Till then, it should be yes. नो श्रेया मैथ्स का ही है तो क्वेश्चन देख तो लो आसानी से आई थिंक द क्वेश्चन इज क्लियर नाउ so tell me first of all let's tell me that what's the total distance traveled by bird in this case. Total distance, not the forward, total. Sonak, exactly. I think Sonak, now you have got it. This is the question that I was looking at. What is the total distance traveled by the bird in this case? Anyone? Speed of bird is 50. Sumit. Chalo. So let's solve this question again. And now, actually this question was easy. This one that I have made is actually difficult. पहला वाला easy था क्योंकि wall तो stationary थी. वहाँ मजा नहीं है. Y minus B was 0. But this will be difficult. This is a real cat level question in which both things are moving. So here what happens? The bird moves till the time the faster train catches the slower train. That will happen 1,000 upon 40 minus 30. Distance is 1,000 and the distance is 40 minus 30. So in 100 seconds, the faster train will overtake the slower train. All right? And the bird has moved for these 100 seconds in totality. So total distance traveled by bird in the forward and backward direction is 15 to 100 is 5,000 meters, right? But the difference of forward minus backward is the displacement, that is nothing but 1,000. Harsh, 40 minus 30 because they are traveling in the same direction, no? Okay, Harsh? Direction same था, opposite नहीं था. दोनों की चिमनी देखी? चिमनी कहाँ पे थी? And the direction of train was same, not opposite. It was same. The chimney of the trains were in the right hand direction. That means they're traveling the same direction, right? Kshitij, S plus B is the total distance. Total distance traveled by the bird. Total क्या होगा? Forward plus backward. No, Shruti, opposite is not 0 always. That is why I gave you this example. And that is why in the previous question, there was confusion. Cool. This total, and this one happens to be the difference between all the forwards and all the backwards. That is the displacement. That is the displacement. Is that clear? In the previous question, in this question, displacement was 0. Why? Because wall was not moving. Wall was stationary. But in the question, both the things are moving. F minus B would not be 0. That is the main thing I want to tell you. Clear? Is that clear? समझ हर्ष अभी ठीक है ना समझ में आ गया तुलिका नहीं आया F minus B is 1000 because in this case this train on which bird was sitting was also moving and the train on which bird touched and came back was also moving. So because this train was not stationary, that is why displacement was also not 0. So now F minus B calculation किया ही नहीं. F minus B is a displacement because the faster train was 1000 meters away from the slower one. F plus B 1000 how? ये क्या हो गया? ये वाला सवाल नहीं करा रहा मैं ना, दूसरा करा रहा हूँ. Just a minute. Those who are asking me F plus B is 5000 how? I hope you know that I'm not doing this question. Right? There were two trains moving in same direction. I'm repeating it again. And there was a bird which was flying. The bird moved here, then came back, moved, came back. And it kept on happening until the faster train got the slower train. The faster train got the slower train. Okay, you know that, no? हाँ, तो ठीक है, perfect. So the distance between the faster and slower train was 1000 meters. 1000 meters. The bird was moving at 50 meters per second. All right. The speed of the faster train was 40 meters per second. The slower was 30 meters per second. So I said, how much has the bird flown in totality? Yuvraj will come to that also. How much has the bird moved in totality? Okay. So the bird has moved for the time which the faster train took to overtake the slower train. Same direction, relative speed will be subtracted. Distance 1000 given to us. That means the faster train must have taken 100 seconds to overtake the slower train. Right? So this is the total distance traveled by bird. In the forward direction, plus backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. So can I say, if all the forward directions are F and all the backwards are B, so F plus B becomes the total distance. That is, distance traveled by bird in totality. 50 की स्पीड से 100 सेकंड चलेगी तो 5000 चलेगी ना? Is it clear now, all of you? And F minus B is the displacement. That overall, the displacement of the bird is 1000 because it was 1000 meters away. Now we can solve it and get the answer. So forward is 3000 and backward is 2000. Now it's clear. Ratrika, great. Sonak, exactly. अब clear हो गया ना सबको ठीक है. That is why earlier I misread the question and now I realize that this one is actually easy. But this one is the real cat level difficult question. Coming to next one. Nandita, yes, that's right. लो पहले वाले स्पीड से तो किया था बर्ड और ट्रेन की स्पीड को ऐड कर दिया था ना Okay, Pradyumna, let's do this one. And we'll do that as well. तो लिखा कि दोनों ट्रेन्स मूव कर रही हैं स्लोअर भी फास्टर भी जितना वो आगे जा रही है ना उतने पीछे वाली उसको अकोमोडेट कर दे रही है इसलिए 1000 है Points A, P, Q and B lie on the same line such that P, Q and B are respectively 100 kilometers, 200 and 300 kilometers away from A. Okay. How many could not do the question? Not able to approach. We have point A. Then we have point P. Then we have point Q. And then we have point B. All right. PQ. such that P, Q, and B are respectively 100, 200 kilometers away from A. This is 100 kilometers. This is 200, right? And then this is 300. Cool. Essentially, they're equidistant. They are equidistant. Well done, South. The same thing. The slower one can be assumed to be 0, as I showed in that case where I was running at 50 and someone was running at 40, right? Thanks, South, for commenting on my behalf. Cars 1 and 2 leave A at the same time and move towards B. Simultaneously, car 3 leaves B and moves towards A. Car 3 meets car 1 at Q and car 2 at P. If each car is moving in uniform speed, then the ratio of the speed of car 2 to that of car 1 is what? So I made the diagram. Now try to. I think it's an easy question. A lot of you must have done it. I'll wait for a minute more. Yeah. Okay. So car 1 and 2 move from A and car 3 leaves B and moves towards A. Car 3 meets car 1 at Q. Okay. So car 3 meets which car 1? Car 3 and car 1, they meet each other here. So car 3 must have traveled how much? Car 3 must have traveled B to Q, that is only 100. Right, while car 1 must have traveled from here to here, that is 200 kilometers, right? So by the time car 3 has moved 100 kilometers from B to Q, car 1 has moved 200 from A to Q. Okay. Then it says, and it meets car 2 at P. Okay, so C3 and C2 are simultaneously here. So in this case, I can see that, let's change the ink so there's no confusion. In this case, car 3 has moved how much? 200 kilometers, while car 2 has moved 100 kilometers. It's a basic ratio-based questions. We have to find the ratio of speed of car 2 to that of car 1. I think all of you know that. So we have two ratios. C3 is to C1 is 1 is to 2 from this, and C3 is to C2 is how much? 2 by 1, 2 is to 1. We have to find C2 is to C1. That's what we need to find. What is the ratio exactly? One is to फोर राइट 1 is to 4. इसको उल्टा करके मल्टीप्लाई कर दो ना. If you see C3 is to C2 is 2 is to 1, and if you want to do it quickly, you can just reverse it. So reverse will be C2 is to C3 is 1 is to 2. Now you can multiply this with this. C3 gets cancelled, and all we have is C2 is to C1, that is 1 by 4. Kaushik, no need to take the speeds as anything. It's as simple as that. Clear to everyone? Next question. Joker escaped from police custody. Since he was a sprinter, he was a sprinter. He could clock 40 kilometers per hour. Batman realized it after 3 hours and started chasing him in the same direction at 50 kilometers per hour. Nandita, so that was the ratio of distances. Let's do this question. That was an easy. You can just look at it and get it easily. This is a great question, Batman and Joker. Batman realized it after 3 hours and started chasing him in the same direction at 50 kilometers per hour. Batman had a bat hound that would run at 60 kilometers per hour. The bat hound, this bat, not bad, bat hound could run to the Joker and then return to Batman and then turn back towards Joker. It kept on doing so till Batman caught Joker. Find the total distance traveled by bat hound in the direction of Joker. शेष टाइप बस 1:4. निश्चित एग्जैक्टली बर्ड वाला ही क्वेश्चन है. ये सवाल मैंने ही बनाया है because I love Batman and Joker also. Vatsal, why? What happened? रुक जाओ, अभी तो बचा है आधे घंटे और. Okay. This question is similar to the previous question of bird, which I was talking about, and now that concept will totally be clear to you guys. See, so what is happening? Joker might be somewhere over here, right? And Batman would be somewhere out here. And we have a bat dog. So what is happening? Joker was running at 40 kilometers per hour in this direction, let's say in this direction. Batman realized after 3 hours. Okay. So tell me something. The moment Batman realized how far Joker must be, Batman realized it after 3 hours, right? So in 3 hours, Joker must have traveled 120 kilometers already. Now Batman has to cover 120 kilometers extra. Is that right? Got it? So, forget about a dog right now. Batman had a bat hound. Okay, Batman's speed was how much? 50 kilometers per hour. This is Batman's speed, 50 kilometers per hour. Okay? So, when Batman started chasing Joker, relative speed of Batman with respect to Joker might be 50 minus 40, right? Because it's in the same direction, so speeds will be subtracted. Is it right? Understood by everyone? Batman at 50, Joker at 40, 50 minus 40 is the relative speed, and Batman has to cover 120 kilometers extra, so 120 upon 10. Batman would take 12 hours total to catch Joker. Right now, I'm ignoring Bat Dog, we'll come to it later. Abhi tak sahi hai? So 12 hours. So there's one thing for sure, that Bat Dog would also have run for 12 hours, can I say that? Bat Dog would also have run for, how much? 12 hours. So, for Bat Dog, all the forward distances plus all the backward distances would be his total running distance, which is equal to how much? 12 into, his speed is 50. No, his speed is how much? 60. So 12 into 60. This will be total distance traveled by Bat Dog. And tell me something, what will be the difference of F minus B? That will be this displacement, it is 120 kilometers. Understood now, everyone? I hope there will be no problem at all after this. A very cool question this is, right? 120. I hope it is clear to now, everyone. We can solve the equations and get the answer. Aditi, bhagne do usko. All right. क्लियर? रशिद क्या हो गया? F माइनस बी समझाऊं? एक बात बताओ मेरे को, एक बात सोचो, सब कुछ भूल जाओ. Now I'm coming to how F minus b, the thing that people are asking again and again. I'll come to that. See, what if I assume that Joker has stopped running at all? Let us assume that Joker is not running. Joker is at 0 km per hour. He's not running at all. मतलब वो 3 घंटे दौड़ने के बाद दौड़ा ही नहीं. After 3 hours, he has not run at all. So if I assume that Joker is not running at all after 3 hours, then everything happens. So when I assume him to be at 0, Batman will automatically be at 10, and that is how we calculate it. So now when Joker is stationary, अब ये भूल जाओ कि Joker भाग रहा था. Now it is very easy to understand that all the forwards and all the backwards run by Bat Dog. The difference will be 120 only, because the net distance traveled by Bat Dog is nothing but from jail to the point where Joker was standing. Clear? Clear to everyone? Those who could not get it how F minus b is being calculated, now I have cleared it. ठीक है? चलो, let's solve it now. So F plus b is 720 and F minus b was how much? 120. If I add them both, I'll get 2F is equal to 840, which means F will be equal to 420 kilometers. Answer is 420. All right? ऑप्शंस गलत होंगे, टाइपिंग मिस्टेक हो गया होगा. 420 आया जिसका तो अच्छी बात है. ये 420 रहा होगा. द पर्सन हु मस्ट हैव टाइप्ड इट 7 को 4 गलती से बना दिया होगा. योर्स इज 420, राइट? By the way, how do you like this question? Brilliant, no? The logic was simple, concept was simple. It's just that the way it was framed, people might think, let us move the Bat Dog forward and backward, and they will end up wasting a lot of time. But now they will not. This is how relative speed questions are used in CAT. The people who can interpret or understand that what this scene is, you'll become one of my favorites. मेरा टोटल डिस्टेंस पूछा गया था, तो 720 हो जाएगा. ठीक है, you got it, no? Total is 720, forward is 420, backward is 300. बस ये मेन बात है. Manya, someone was asking me that how to understand it quickly, so I told him Joker तो 0 मान लो, Batman अपने आप 20 पे हो जाएगा. That is something we did in the class itself. When I started this class, I gave an example of me running, and there was another guy who was running. Okay. Chalo. It's not Dunkirk. This movie is 1917. 1917. It is famous because it was shot in one go. There are no cuts at all. 2 hours long movie without any cut. The camera keeps on moving without cutting anywhere. Yes, that's right. We do not have to care about where Batman is standing geographically. Distance-wise and distance-wise, that is what is correct. अरे सात्विक वो 1 घंटे 3 मिनट रुका नहीं था. वो तो मैंने समझाने के लिए बोला था भाई. रिलेटिव स्पीड थी ना 40 थी, रिलेटिव स्पीड 20 10 जो भी आ रही थी, डिफरेंस करके आ रही थी ना. आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. सात्विक मान लो मैं 50 से भाग रहा हूं, तुम 20 से भाग रहे हो, हमारी रिलेटिव 30 होगी. अगर मैं मान लूं कि तुम 0 पे भाग रहे हो और मैं 30 पे, बात तो एक ही होगी ना. आई थिंक आई टोल्ड इट ऑलरेडी. आई एम रनिंग at 50, you at 20, or I am at 40, you are at 10, or I am at 30, you are at 0. It is the same thing. Okay. Yes, Nikhil. See, people have come with the answers also. How fast they are. A column of soldiers is marching at a constant speed. A soldier at the last row of the column was commanded to go to the head of the column, deliver a message there, and return to his position at the last row of the column. After carrying out the order, when the soldier returned to his former position at the last row, he noticed that the end of column was in the same position that the head of the column had occupied when he first left his own position. If the soldier did not stop anywhere in between leaving and rejoining his position, what is the ratio of soldier speed to that of the column? निश्चित हर बार बोल रहे हो, I give up, I quit. रुक जाओ, थोड़े से बचा अब. चलो, solve it. नहीं होगा मुझसे, ऐसे मत करो, लिखने वाले हो सब कुछ। Okay, how many of you could not understand the question at all? See, there are a few, soldiers like this. They are just moving, okay, in a queue, marching at constant speed. Soldier at the last row of the column was commanded to go to the head of the column, deliver a message there, return to his position at the last row of the column. After carrying out the order, when the soldier returned to his former position at the last row, he noticed that the end of the column was in the same position that the head of the column had occupied. So let's say this is the head, and this is the soldier who had to deliver the message. Okay, they are moving. They are moving. So soldier goes to the head, delivers the message, comes back, and he realizes that they have moved in such a way that on the last row is here. Is that clear, everyone? So they have moved. Is that clear? Because everybody is moving. They must have moved to a certain extent. Yes or no? Is that right? So now people who felt the question is not clear, the question must be clear now. Now I'm giving you 30 seconds more to all of you and try to solve it. All right. So let's assume that this distance, let it be, let us call it d. Okay. This is d. Let's call it d. Nandita, I just explained that the first row, because they are moving, so the last row is in the place where first row initially was, because they are moving. Okay. Let this be distance. And let us assume that the speed of the entire troop, I'm writing here, speed of the troop, all the soldiers, let it be equal to b units per, because units are not given, so I'm assuming it to be meter per second. Let this be d meters, this be d meters, let this be b meters per second, and speed of the messenger, this soldier, let it be a meters per second. Okay. Is that clear? Okay, I received a call. Sorry for that. Well, so what is happening? Both are moving in same direction, and I'm assuming soldier speed to be more than that of troop, right? तभी तो पहुंच पाएगा. A is definitely greater than B. I have assumed that A is greater than B. That is the only way that the soldier can actually reach the head of the troop. Okay. So what is happening? If I consider distance to be d upon A minus B, d upon A minus B is the time which soldier must have taken. All right. Time taken for soldier to reach here. Okay. But when he returns back, the time taken is totally different. Because when he returns back, he is moving in the opposite direction. So that time will be equal to d upon A plus B. Let it be time of return. I call it TR. Cool. Now, in this much time, the total time taken is total time. T plus TR. In this total time, the troop has moved how much? Troop has moved D units. Can I say that? The troop has moved D units. Yes or no? Yes. So if I multiply this total time with the speed of troop, that is b, then I will get this b meters. All right? And what we have to find? We have to find A is to B. We have all this information. We have 1, 2, 3 different expressions, and we are about to solve this. And as you can see here, D will get cancelled. Yes or no? D is going to get cancelled. So let us put the values of T and TR in this bracket and try to solve it. So I'm erasing a few parts of the board. Is it clear till this step, everyone? Are we clear till this step? साथ में टूटी नहीं है ना वो because see the front row ऐसे मत देखो front row in the initial diagram to front row in the final diagram it traveled only D total 2D नहीं होगा the distance traveled by troop is D only right understood तुम्हें याद है मैंने कैसे बनाया था this was the troop initially and this was the troop finally so you can compare the last row to the last row it's only D or the first row to the first row it's D only or second row to the second row third row to third row right got it okay put the values here put the values now because D will get cancelled and you will get the ratio of A and B put the values. So putting the value of T here and TR in this, what do we get? D upon A minus B, the first one, plus D upon A plus B, bracket close, times B, B को यहाँ भेज देते हैं, is equal to D by B. Is the equation clear to all of you? Tulika, what is X? I haven't taken X anywhere. Is this clear to all of you? All right. I can take D common, right? I can take D common, and here I'll have A square minus B square, taking the LCM. ऊपर मिल जाएगा A plus B plus A minus B, bracket close. This is equal to D by B. And as you can see, D and D get cancelled here. And here B and minus B also get cancelled. Cool. I'm erasing this white part to solve this equation correctly. So what do we have now? 2A upon A square minus B square is equal to 1 by B, or I can just cross multiply and I'll get 2AB is equal to A square minus B square. जितना बताता हूँ मैं, right? अच्छा एक बात याद रखना, what do we have to find? What do we have to find? What do we have to find? Anyone? Do not forget that. In the scheme of things, don't forget what do we have to find. We have to find A upon B, right? श्रुति D वाला क्वेश्चन बता देता हूँ मैं एक बार को, पहले देख लो. A upon B. So in all of this, I can do one thing. First, let us arrange everything. I can divide this whole by B square. If I divide by B square everything, what do I get? 2AB upon B square will be 2A by B is equal to A square by B square minus 1. Is that clear? Is that clear? Cool. Now I'm saying let A by B be X, which means I have 2X is equal to X square minus 1. Let us rearrange it. X square minus 2X minus 1 equal to 0. Now find the roots of X. What do you get, Sumit? All of you know how to solve quadratic equation, right? I hope all of you know that. X will be equal to, I think you have done it already. हाँ आदित्य फॉर्मूले से आ जाएगा. Right. So the value of X is you must have to need 1 plus or minus root 2. By the way, negative is not possible. So we will eliminate negative. We'll take the positive only. we got x as 1 plus root 2. So A is the correct answer. क्या बताना है? रुक जाओ, पूरा सॉल्व करा दिया चिंतन. I'll repeat this again quickly. I'll do that, don't worry. कैसा लगा सवाल ये? How many of you understood completely? Root for quadratic. Okay. Do you want me to explain all of this quickly once? And how to find the roots of quadratic in case you don't know it? Then whenever we have a quadratic equation like this, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, then roots are obtained by minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. That is the value of x. Okay? Those who do not know how to do that. समझ आ गया? Perfect. You can just go through it once again. People who did not understand, it's just a lot of equations are involved. Let's go through it. Just a 10 minutes question and you will get it thoroughly. No question. Don't you think it's a brilliant question? ये कैट वाला क्वेश्चन है. पिछले 3 क्वेश्चन हमने कैट वाले किए हैं, प्रॉपर कैट क्वेश्चंस. The initial ones were few questions were very easy, but these were the real cat questions. And बहुत कभी difficulty, some people feel demotivated, but my advice to them is don't feel that. Just revise. It's the first time you're doing it. I have failed 5 times. When I was preparing, I could not get these things for even after 5 times revision. I did it 6 times. It's okay. See, we are here to stay. We are here to crack cat. We're not here to get demotivated and go back to our homes. No. Kshitej, can you? I have solved it already. No. वर्षा, तो 10 मिनट में तुम रिवाइज मत करो. अगर ऐसा तुम्हें लगता है 3 क्वेश्चन और हो जाएंगे कैट में, वो 10 मिनट में 3 करने के लिए ही तो तैयारी हो रही है ना. क्लास में तो ऑफ कोर्स 10 मिनट लगेंगे बिकॉज आई हैव टू आंसर एवरी क्वेरी, इजंट इट? We have 2 questions more. Chalo, take the screenshot, that is your homework. Because I know that I had, compiled some really cool questions today. The last 5 questions were really cool. Take the screenshot, tell me, taken. And then there's one more question after this. Yeah, Pranav, you can. Taking the screenshot. Such a beautiful question this is. You know why it is beautiful? Because when you read it, you will feel it is not possible. It feels unrealistic. This is going to be the next class for trains. So take the screenshot and that's where we end it. Cool. Harsh, this is Alicia Vikander. ईद की कोई हॉलीडे नहीं है कल. तो लिखा जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई विद रूट 2 plus 1 on the numerator as well as denominator, you'll get the correct answer. ठीक है, चलो. And I can see whenever I give questions which are easy, all of you are able to do that, and after that you feel like, oh wow, सब समझ में आ गया. But that's not the reality. Because that's how you get an approval of things that you already know. But a class is designed such a way that you get approval of things you know, so that you gain confidence, and then you do things which you don't know about, and that is why you are here, right? So don't get demotivated. Just keep on practicing. No, Varsha, no. Okay. I think that's miscommunication. Chalo. All right, everyone. Lara Croft